Recently, members of my alliance have discovered a way to fight with others and gain a very high amount of merit, as you can see 36,000 here, from one single fight. They are doing this by using units like infantry, as well as heroes like Garwood and Madeline, specifically, because they are able to heal and shield so that your troops can stay into combat for a very long time. As you can see, they are enduring the vast majority of their troops, but also gaining a ton of merit in the way. 488,000 healing and 686,000 healing here alone for these two troops fighting for a quite a long time is a quite interesting way of farming merit. Here is another example with two of the biggest whales on the current season that I am in, where they are going to be fighting for, I think, over 1 or 2 hours, and they are eventually going to die, but it was going to take a very long time. As you can see here, the troops of my ally here, Taiyon, he is basically not losing any troops as long as he is actively playing the game and using his artifact, which is the dragon scale armor, and which shields him. This means that over and over he will shield himself and his Garwood will heal so that his troops will never go down. Now, eventually, the troops will start going down if he steps away from the screen and does not use his artifact for a certain period of time. But even then, it still is going to be a fight that takes a very, very long time. This works specifically because Madeline's first ability grants a very strong shield, and Garwood's first ability grants a very strong heal. So the shield protects the troops while Garwood heals the troops. So it is somehow a bit weird because they only have 175 to 200,000 units in their troop, but they're healing 500,000-600,000 plus troops, which is a bit weird. I'm not sure if it's as intended, but I mean, in Rise of Kingdom, it is pretty much the same thing with Richard and Martel, for those who are familiar. So this is not something new, but because the merit system is something that works differently, it seems to work that way here. Now, the artifact they're using, as I said, is Dragon Scale Armor. It's pretty straightforward. It's one of the best tank artifacts in the game. They obviously have it pretty high level. It gives a lot of HP, and the active ability gives a shield of 2,000 at the beginning and goes up quite higher for these whales who have it pretty high level. So it is going to be granting them a lot of shielding and make it so that their troops do not die. Now, for the report of this fight, which lasted a few hours, you can see here they healed 1 million troops each about, and most of their troops, I'd say about half, 115 to 165,000 of their troops died. And as you can see, they also have their merit gain of about 66,000 for this fight. Now, of course, 66,000 is not the best merit gain in the world for something that lasted for hours, so this is not really like a hack that makes it so that your account can get infinite merit, but it is something you can do with others as an AFK type of way to farm merit and test out your tank march. Now, here is a good example of what they're using. So of course they have their Madeline and Garwood pretty high level with a lot of their abilities unlocked. Both of these players having their Madeline expertise because she is the best infantry tank hero in the game currently, and of course their Garwood's ability, the first ability, has 5 points in it because it is going to be providing all of the healing. So of course this is not something that I would say everybody could or should do, and I am not sure if it's something that the developers are intending to stay in this game for a long time, but from this moment you can see that you can do it, and it will give you a decent amount of merit for something that requires very low effort. Even if you don't use your artifact all over and over again, you will still be able to fight for quite a long time and gain a decent amount of merit with this method. Let me know in the comments if you have found any interesting way of farming merit yourself, and I will see you on the next video.